The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin. Hey everyone, I'm Christine, and this is 50 Shades of Bullshit. And today we have the Pipeman from the Adventures of Pipeman on with us from K4HD Radio. Hello, Pipeman.
Hello, Christine. And let me just say, we were talking about my daughter that worked at the station before the show. Yeah. That's who is doing the voiceover for the adult disclaimer. So that says it all there.
Okay. We were talking about how, our kids hear us swear before we got on the show. And mine think that I can't swear. Dean, the Pipeman, see, I almost said it. The Pipeman kids used to say he didn't know how to do it properly. And,
they even said I shouldn't because I don't know how. I'm like, okay. But I'd rather them believe that.
I was on the phone today with someone and I said, I don't know, something, shit, hell, damn, fuck, I don't know. I said something and the lady under her breath goes, don't swear. And I said, lady, they're words. It's words. You're putting your own bullshit on it. I'm not. They're just words. If you're offended, I said, give me somebody else who's not going to be a little bitch.
If you know what, if you're offended, stop fucking eavesdropping, okay?
Exactly. So how's your week been, Pipeman?
Well, let me just say, I want to start off right off the bat to tell you how dating is in 2025. This here used to be a prop for my show.
What is it?
It's Miracle Orgasms in a Can.
Nice.
And even it doesn't work anymore.
We're talking orgasms in a can.
Well, you get what you can get.
I guess you can. Well, I've had a wild week. I was in a life-changing accident on Wednesday. Okay. Do you remember, Dean, when I started? Shit, I did it again. Sorry. He has another private name that is not supposed to be said, and I keep saying it. The Pipeman. So Pipeman.
People know it's me. I'm not like Rebel. When I go to public places, I don't introduce myself as the Pipeman, okay?
I know, I'm so bad. Anyway, so 4 years ago, I started my podcast on 11/11. And,
wow.
On Tuesday, it was 11/11. And I was super excited because I was heading out to Simi Valley to film a video that I've been working on. So I'm like, man, 11/11 is just fucking miraculous. I love it. And on my way, I got in a accident that completely obliterated my car. And I walked away with only this. So my hand has tiny little hairline fractures and is bruised pretty good. Other than that, that is what I walked away from. And my car.
Is that your left or your right hand? Is that your left?
My left hand, thank goodness.
Which one do you use for 50 Shades?
This one.
Oh, okay. Well, then all is good. Well, my daughter, we were just talking about, it's a bad week. She literally got ran over. Like yeah, seriously. I'm not even exaggerating. Her vehicle, the gas gauge wasn't working. And so she ran out of gas. She was driving home. My grandson's coach and his kids and my grandkids were in the car. And so they pulled off the highway onto the off-ramp, and then they were pushing the vehicle. And she's on one side pushing, the coach is on the other side, and the kids are in the back. And somebody, turns out he was intoxicated, just
Good for
rammed
you.
right into her. Next thing she knew, she was under the car, and the tire was on her leg, literally. And
Is she all
not
right?
only did she survive, she doesn't even have a broken bones. She doesn't feel very lucky right now, but I'm saying that's about as lucky as you could get. I mean,
that is
she's in
lucky as you can get.
serious amounts of pain. She's, immobile, and
Wow.
she's got stuff all over her waist, down her hand, her
Right.
what you can call it, her head, and the dude let's describe dudes in 2025. Where do you think this younger dude in 2025, where was his first phone call?
His mom?
Yeah, pretty much. His parents, I don't know if it was mom or dad. Where my 11-year-old grandson was the one that had to call 911 because no adult could think of that.
Oh my God. Well, it's been crazy, but I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be alive, and I live another day to tell another tale. Speaking of tales, mine's shaking, so that's good.
This isn't going to be about pegging, is it?
No, hell no.
Okay, because there's a lot of women on the online dating sites today that's their goal is pegging. Okay,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Speaking of, so today, folks, we're actually talking about what the fuck happened to dating. And
those are a couple what the fuck moments, I have to say.
So, Pipeman, you're single right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, thank God.
Okay.
I've been single so long I don't even know what it's like to not be single, okay? But I will say something though that really annoyed me. Okay? And so basically on, I don't know if it was TikTok, Instagram, there were, they have all these women that call themselves dating coaches on there that all they do is call out every date they go on and bitch about them.
So what you're saying is they're regular people talking about their dates and giving advice as if they're professionals.
And calling themselves a dating coach. Just like every other coach. Listen, I'm certified in coaching, and I never use the term because every idiot uses that word like it makes them professional.
Right. I bring a lot of dating coaches on here, but the ones I bring really know their stuff.
Well, they're real.
They're real, and they really have helped me, in my own personal life, and they've helped many, many others. But I know what you're talking about. There's a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram talking about their 51st dates or whatever. It's like, that's crazy to me.
Well, let me just say something. I want to say something to all the women out there, okay? Like the good men seeing those TikToks and Instas are going to run for the hills because, first of all, my opinion.
Okay.
If you're going to have dates with people, the date shouldn't have to worry that they're going to be on TikTok that night. Okay. Or I see women all the time on social media, like putting whole text conversations on their socials after they break up with a dude. Okay. And I'm not saying dudes don't do stupid shit. I'm just speaking from my side of defense of what I experienced. Like, thankfully, I've never done anything stupid enough to get text messages posted on socials yet.
Right.
But just the whole point of it, like, your relationship should be your relationship. It shouldn't be for public display for every little thing. Especially, it's like, because of social media, there's no downtime where you get to cool off and go, oh, yeah, that might not be a good idea. You just react and throw stuff up there. People use Facebook like it's their psychotherapist. It annoys the crap out of me.
True that.
Okay. So thousands of people that you've never met in your life could say, oh, poor baby. But the thing is, so I'm watching these women and I'm checking them out. First of all, what's with them having to be able to post about a date every single day and talking about making out on every date? Like,
so
I'm going to run for the hills. Yeah,
They're actually
they're spreading
being intimate?
herpes. They're spreading herpes. Okay, that's my opinion.
Herpes spreading.
Like, if you're making out with a different dude every day, I'm definitely looking for cold sores. Just saying.
Yes, I can. Yes, that. Yes, I'm just gonna say yes.
And there used to be a joke on my show because there's this site, you can look it up. It was from The Onion. Remember The Onion?
Yeah.
Okay. They had a bit where we used to play it on the show, the new online dating site, and it's basically for people with open sores.
Oh.
And of course, people that don't have open sores are welcome, okay, because they don't want to turn anybody away. And, you have to be fair and equal, okay. But, I mean, and you could describe the type of open sores that you could seek for. It depends. It depends on what type of open sores you have, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God.
All I do know is that if you have sex with a koala, you're getting chlamydia. Just saying. And I'm sure there's people that do that.
Koalas give people chlamydia?
Well,
who has sex with koalas?
Well, the same people in Louisiana that have sex with pigs, okay?
They're okay. Okay. Listen, I'm a farm girl.
Listen, wait a minute.
I'm not hearing a lot of that stuff.
Wait a minute. I went to high school, Agora High in California, and the star football player who then went on to become a Heisman Trophy winner that was in my graduating class on, well, he was paid some money and he did do a sheep because sheep vagina is about as close to a human vagina as you can get. I don't know if you know that. Technically it is. You can look it up. It's true. Okay. And I know he had to wrap I know he had to wrap a lot around because just the plain old condom's not going to work. You have to use duct tape, to protect yourself, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it does happen. Okay. It does
she
happen.
Cannot give consent, and we're very big about consent around here.
That's just wrong. Well, it
is really gross.
What about the horse people because they have porns about it, okay?
I don't get it.
And the horse is backing up to the human, so is that consent? If the horse is backing up when they see the human, is that consent then? I don't know.
I think we've kind of gone off the rails.
Well, this is the kind of things you run into on online dating, is my point. Okay.
Animal sex? My God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You have no idea. So here's
I think I've been out of the game way too long now.
But I want to get your opinion on something as a female. Okay. And I even want Rebel's opinion. Okay. If she wants to chime in.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these dating coach women on TikTok, and I didn't dare comment because I went through the comments and there were 100 comments that were all in agreement. That I didn't find any that were not in agreement. And basically this woman was saying, and I know that a lot of women in my age group think this way, it is the perfect world would be if you could live in separate houses and you see the guy a couple days a week and that's it. I'm here to say, that's a bunch of bullshit, cop out bullshit. Okay. That just means you want to have sex and whatever and go on dates and that. And that's fine. But the whole idea of if you get married to somebody of having separate houses, I don't even agree with the separate bed thing. I was just having this conversation with a female just yesterday.
She wanted that?
No, that she didn't want separate houses, but she sleeps in separate bedroom. The only time I slept in a separate bedroom when I was married is when I was done and I'm going for divorce. Okay.
Right.
But other than that, I don't give a crap, your reasons. Everybody has these logical reasons, but you know what? What is the point of being with somebody and not being with them? I
agree. I agree.
Just stay single and bang whoever you want. Okay.
Exactly.
That's fine. but don't call it a marriage, a relationship, or this or that. Okay, an open relationship. Okay, Rebel's gonna probably get mad because now, she might get mad. I'm saying it, but I think that's bullshit too. Okay, I think open relationships. I think it's bullshit.
Relationships.
I think it's just an excuse to be able to cheat and not get in trouble. So just be single and go out with different people.
On this show, Dean, where we talk about polyamory and we talk about monogamous non-relationships.
Yeah, I think polyamory, I think, is different than open relationships, in my opinion, or what I know.
Right.
Like that. Well, that's a different type of thing. And
when you go into a poly relationship or a non-monogamous relationship, and you have specific communication rules, certain things you do and don't do, I get that. That's not for me. It's not for a lot of people in this world who want to be monogamous, but I respect, and I've had a lot of them on the show to talk about it, so we can educate people in case that's something that they want to do.
And I do respect them wanting to do it. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it from the simple reason that I don't know what those other people are doing. Like when it comes to STDs, that's my main concern with doing stuff like that. Like, it's like you might as well just be dating.
Well, they essentially they date specific people. They're not going out and dating.
That's what I'm saying.
50 first dates. They have actual relationships with specific number of people. I mean, it's difficult beyond 2 to keep going, like 3 and 4. That's crazy. And everybody said it's hard, but 2 and 3 is typical.
Of course they said it's hard with that many people.
Yeah. It's just really hard to juggle that many.
That went over your head. It came back. It hit off the wall and came back, but it did go over your head.
It landed. It took a second, but it landed. Yeah. That's what she said. But this is the thing, though. It's always open communication. It's more important than anything. And when it comes to monogamous dating or people going out there wanting a monogamous relationship, when they go in with all these weird expectations and these weird rules and goals, it doesn't work in a regular monogamous relationship. I can't imagine living separately from the person that I claim to love and want to be in a relationship with. I want to be with them and near them.
It's not even like they're being poly doing that. So that's why I say, if you're into poly, that's your thing. That's cool. I don't want to do it, but that's cool. But I think it's a cop out. What this woman was describing was basically had nothing to do with poly or anything sexual or anything. It was more just so you could have your freedom but have your guy take you to nice places, because that's what it's talking about. We could travel together. We could go out to dinner. Well, that's certainly nice. Yeah, sure. Are you paying the bill? But, and I don't even care about that, to be honest. But the point is that is she really that into you? And then you wonder why guys go for younger women. I'm going to tell you right now the real reason guys go for younger women.
Most men that I talk to want older women because they're more, mature, know where they want, know where they're going.
That's because you're a cougar talking to the younger guys.
No, I'm not. Okay, a couple of years is not younger guys.
No, but
I get what you mean.
Women always talk about guys, they must be going through a midlife crisis because they're going after the younger women. No, what the deal is they're not already so scorned that you can't, that you have to live in separate houses. Because that's really what it comes down to. These people that are saying, oh yeah, that would be perfect. And, the fact of the matter is that you just don't want to be in a committed relationship anymore because of all the trauma you went through. And I get it, but that doesn't mean that's who I want to be with. I want to be with the girl that, doesn't look at me as their ex, and because you can never win. Okay. And I don't want to be with the woman that like is so super independent. Like I like an independent woman, but
Right.
when they're so super independent that, you know, basically I'm not ever living with a guy again. I'm never getting married again, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. It wasn't marriage. It was the person you chose to marry. And I say that all the
Agreed.
time.
Agreed.
You know, it's not.
It's your choices.
I know people that are married that are happy as could possibly be. They're
Right.
still lovebirds after 30, 40, 50 years. You know, it's not marriage. But they were also smart.
Agreed.
Like my brother, he's got him and my sister-in-law are the role models for me. And they've been
I love
married
that.
for like 40 years. I don't even know at this point.
I love that.
But before he met her, the girl he was with before he met her,
Mhm.
that would have been Disasterville. And they were
Right.
like supposedly in love and stuff. But for sure, would have been total Disasterville. So it is who you pick. If you're smart and you're patient, you know.
Right.
I
Right.
think
People
that's
are in
what
a
we-
rush.
Yeah, I think that's what we learn at this age too. Is like, listen, my first wife I proposed after 3 weeks. My
Mhm.
second wife I proposed after 3 months. Now it's been 30 years since I've ever proposed for anybody. Because hey,
You cured yourself.
because and not really 30 years, but you know, it is close. But it's like, you know, because now I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I don't want. And I did then. But when we're younger, what happens is we fall in love and then we're like, oh, I can live without this. I can live without that. And it's
Right.
not compromise. Those are sacrifices because we all have this
Sacrifices, yes.
list in our head of who we're looking to be with. I call it the Fonzie list. Because remember on Happy Days, he had a
Yes,
list of the
Happy
women he
Days.
was going to marry. Everybody else he just dated and dumped. Okay.
Right.
And so basically, if you look at divorce statistically, the
Mhm.
reason for divorce is usually those things on people's lists that they said they could live without. You know, find the
Yeah.
person that matches is the
Yeah,
point.
I think that women are sometimes in a hurry to get married.
Yeah.
I have several reasons for that, I think, which I can talk about if you want. But I think that the problem is that people go into getting married in such a short amount of time. They're not going in healed. They're coming in with trauma, drama, and problems. And they think that it was the previous person they were with that the problems were about. And they don't realize that sometimes they have to do their own work. And then they try to pick another person and they're picking the same shit each time. And what's happening is they're causing all this stuff and they're thinking, why are all these people assholes to me? Well, we got to stop and think, what am I doing or not doing that's bringing these type of people into my life and that I'm accepting it? So it's all really about healing. And when
You
people do
think
that,
you're gonna fix them.
yeah, they think absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Women date the potential and not the actual man. That's the problem a lot as well. Women see men's potential and they're not okay with accepting the person that they are if they never get to the potential.
You just described one of my rules. I have 3 rules, not for other people, but for myself
Right?
at this point of who I would have a relationship with. And if
Okay.
these 3 things are not met, you're cut from the team. Sorry. But okay. Do you want to know them?
I would love to know him.
Okay. So the first one is if I'm on a date with a woman
Mm-hmm.
and some hot woman walks by,
Okay.
doesn't matter who they are.
Mhm.
If I sit there and think in my head, oh, I'd like to be with them,
Mhm.
I'm with the wrong person.
Yes,
Because
you
with
are.
the right person, I don't care who would walk by. It could be Harley Quinn because she's the love of my life, not the
Aw.
actress, but the character.
The character.
Yes, might say something about my psychological problems, but I don't know.
A little bit.
You know,
Just a little,
I-
just a little bit.
two out of my top three loves of my life are characters and not real human beings. So I don't know.
I don't know about you, Jane. I mean, Pipeman. God damn it.
But okay, so yeah, I mean the right person, it wouldn't even turn your head. Now it's one thing if you observe somebody like, oh, that's a beautiful person. That's different.
Right.
Then
exactly. You can admire a person and think, oh, attractive, and not be.
There would be something wrong. We have a comment from Twitch. Put it up on the screen, Rebel.
Yeah, it says, as men, we are always told a woman knows if she's going to sleep with you within 5 minutes of meeting you. So men solve that by creating a dating app where you swipe left or right. So to answer the topic question, dating went to an app.
It's so true.
GZDR4EV. Thank you for that, by the way.
And you know what's wild about that? Because I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
So I'm on the dating apps. First of all, there's two major things that happens on the dating apps. One is if they're on one, they're on all of them. Okay, so because there's actually
I know a few people only stick with one.
Well, it's not because of them. There's a lot of them are all connected. So once you put your profile on one, it automatically gets put on these other ones. Okay, so there's that. The other thing, okay, I read somebody's profile just the other day that says exactly this, and I laughed because it's so true. The woman had been off the app for 5 years, and she writes in her profile, I've been off this app for 5 years. How come I came back after 5 years and the same people are still on here? Now,
yes,
I will say, I say that all the time, but then I say to myself, oh, but if I notice that, that means I'm still on here all the time. It's like the bar fly at the bar.
Right.
You know, it's like if you notice who the bar fly is, then you might be the bar fly too.
Exactly. You want to hear something funny? The other day when I was in the hospital, I was in the ER, and I was waiting, and I was there 8 hours, and it was a lot of waiting.
That's so
and I
California.
wasn't I know. I was sitting in a hallway. I was waiting to get my EKG and my CT scan, and it was a very uncomfortable seat, and my whole body hurt. So I had my sweatshirt kind of in my hands in front of me, and I just had my head resting in it because my neck was killing me. So I'm just sitting there like this, and I'm contemplating my life because at the moment it feels very fucked. And this blonde girl walks up to me, and I immediately know where she's from because she has a Ukrainian accent. It's very distinguishable.
They're so hot.
And she was okay, averagey looking. She was not a very pretty Ukrainian in any way, shape, or form. And I don't mean that bad. She just was an average looking girl. I mean, she just happened to be Ukrainian, which didn't help her. I think it actually did help her a little because her accent made her a little cuter. I don't know.
Well, of course it helps.
So she walks up to me and she's like, excuse me, why are you crying? And I'm like, I'm in the ER and I'm hurt and I'm not crying. Right? So she's like talking to me. She immediately says, I sat in Ukraine for 8 years and I waited for man and I got no man to marry me. And so my mother got me money and a visa to come to America so I could find men to lavish me with gifts. I need expensive, lavish gifts. Where is my husband? Where is he? Where can't I find my husband? Why can't I not have men who give me expensive gifts? All my cousins, all my sisters, all my friends, they're not attractive. They're very unattractive. And yet they have all these men who are giving them lavish gifts and taking them on vacations everywhere. Where is my man? I said, not here in the ER, honey.
Right?
Like, if you're looking for a doctor, they don't exist in this hospital. I only saw nurses for 8 hours.
And I live in South Florida, and what you just described happens all the time, okay? Because we have a lot of that going on here. That's another thing. I'm on those dating sites. Jesus Christ, I can't tell you how many are I always know because it says they're in Miami, because they're not going to pick like West Palm. They're going to pick Miami, okay? Right. And they're all sober curious. I have figured that out. If it says sober curious on their Tinder profile,
what does that mean?
It's one of the choices. Do you
sober
drink?
Curious?
Yeah, it means like you don't really drink. You're kind of curious about it. It's kind of like being bi-curious. It's like you want to have sex with everybody, but you can't make a decision. Something like that. Well.
I'm sorry. I can't right now. Okay.
So,
I told her LA wasn't the place for her. I said, maybe you should go to Miami or New York or
she should definitely go to Miami. Listen, I married one, so I already know what goes on here. Okay.
Right.
But seriously, you know how many women I've met that they on the online dating profiles, one of the first words, that's the other tip off. What they're looking for in a man: generous. Translation: gold digger. Okay, because even women that want the finer things in life don't put generous in their profile. Generous means you're only getting me if you pay for me, baby.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And
there are keywords. Yes.
Absolutely. So that's the problem with online dating nowadays. It's like I don't even I swipe, but I don't engage because I just never know who's real and who's not. And here's what's funny. When people match with you multiple times.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think that people are just busy these days. They want something. They don't know what they want. They think they want a relationship, but then in the meantime, they just want to screw around and, just have lots of sex partners, whatever, to each his own. But I don't think that people really know what it takes to be in a relationship and to commit to seeing if somebody is even going to be your person. This in the door, out the door within 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, is never going to tell you if that person is the right person for you or not, or even closely able to go out with you. I don't know. It's too much.
I could tell you a strategy. Somebody I personally know, this is their strategy.
Right.
They're married now, so not anymore. But their
strategy must have worked.
No, it didn't happen online. Okay. But basically, they told me that they just swipe right on everybody. Like they get the Tinder Gold. They get the Tinder Gold. They don't even look. They just swipe right on everybody, and then they decide once the person matches and messages them. It's like puppy mills. No. That's what online dating sites. They're human puppy mills. Okay.
Yeah. No. The hard thing is that if someone doesn't know who they are, they're not going to even know how to figure out who the other person is.
Well, here's my pet peeve right there. You just hit on one of my big pet peeves. Okay. These online dating sites, there's millions of people on them.
Right.
Why do you make up bullshit? Okay. I don't get it. Say exactly who you are, exactly what you're looking for, and then you'll get a match. Like, why are you wasting your time? It's not like it's slim pickings, like you're going to a bar. There's millions of people out there. Why are you wasting your time with the people that just aren't a match? Like, I know very quickly nowadays if somebody's not a match. Like it doesn't take me more than 3 different communications with the person to know. Whereas, when you're younger, that's when you start going, oh, but they're really pretty. Oh, but they're this. Oh, but that,
Yeah.
And I don't do that anymore. So that brings me to the 2 other rules. Okay. So one of the rules also is that basically I've lived alone for a long time. Whoever it is, it has to be that life with them is the same or better than life
Better.
alone. Like I was dating
Agreed.
this one woman and she said after like 3 dates, she was like, if you're going to be in a relationship, you need to, and I didn't even hear the rest of you need to. I was like, yeah, I don't need to do anything. I need to be with somebody that I don't need to be something.
Right.
Like I hope people out there know that actually makes some sense right there.
Right. That's along with what I was saying, is that people are falling for the expectation of what the potential of what somebody is, not for who they are right now, and constantly trying to change them, to mold them into what they want them to be, instead of accepting the person for who they are and exactly what they give. If you're not comfortable with anything in that variable, then you should leave. You cannot be
Right.
with that person.
And guys are big offenders of that, okay? Because
Yes.
guys get with women and they want to mold the woman into what they want, okay? And that brings me to that, and to the third one, which is probably one of the most important,
Okay.
is that we all have the person inside our head that nobody really knows, or one person in the world knows, maybe two. Like we never show all of us to everybody there, and we all have some kind of darkness inside our head, and we only share that with somebody that we really can trust, and that's a very rare person. So I want to be with somebody who I can be exactly who I am inside my head and not even think about it, worry about it. Same for the other person. She should be that way too, where you could just totally be. And my father and my stepmother were a perfect example of that.
Okay.
And they were both batshit crazy. But, my father, he was a bit batshit crazy. So some of the things he'd do sometimes, he was a character, and some of the things you would just go like this. Oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this. She would sit there and turn to me and go, "Isn't he the greatest?" And I'd be like, "No, that wasn't so great right there." But that's the point.
But she loved him for who he was exactly.
And this is what I say: loving the things that other people may tolerate. It's not tolerating. Right. It's embracing the things that other people would say tolerating. Where you could be exactly you, and people love both the good, bad, ugly, whatever.
Right. Yeah, and fairly soon if that is something that you can be with somebody. I mean, I know right away. I know fucking right away. And I don't know. I wasn't that type of person that did the old, I'm going to go on 50 first dates or 100 first dates and report back about all of them. No. I dated when I matched, when I was picky about the person I matched with. I was particular about what I wanted and how I was going to come across as well. I was very plain, very simple. Look, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. If you don't like it, don't swipe on me. I'm good to go. I don't need 100,000 swipes.
Right.
For me, I know really quickly whether I like somebody or not. And if I spend more than a week texting, calling, or doing anything, even and talking about meeting you, then we're good to go. Otherwise, I don't stick around. I don't.
And I don't blame you, because what you learn on these online dating sites is there's lots of people that it's ongoing chain. You never meet in real life. I've had that experience. There's always some excuse, because a lot of people are just addicted to the sites. They're
addicted to the swipe, to the adrenaline, there's a
I got a match.
There's something that your body chemically does when you get a match. When you start talking to somebody and thinking, oh my God, he's so fucking cute, he's gonna like me, oh my God. No, you don't know somebody from a picture. You don't know someone from a profile, a bio. You just don't know them, and people think, oh my God, he's hot. He's got a list of great things, and we're perfect for each other. And I don't know. It's like, I think some people latch on too quickly. Some people are, like that anxious attachment, and then some people are avoidant attachment. They just hit it and avoid, hit it and avoid. And those two.
In my day, we called it hit it and quit it.
Quit it. Yeah, that's right. I still call it hit it and quit it too, baby. But I don't do that shit anymore. I used to hit it and quit it. I don't care about that anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. After my last divorce, for about 8 or 9 years, I dated a lot. It wasn't like what we said, like one date. If I went on one dates, it's only because they really weren't for me, or I really wasn't for them, or whatever. It just didn't work. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the word desperate. I was desperate to find my person, not just a man, not just any man, because I wasn't looking to get married and be stuck going through fucking hell again and getting a divorce again. I was just like, I can't raise these kids by myself. I can't make enough money by myself. I can't be alone. I'm lonely. I can't. And I was searching. And then when I started this podcast 4 years ago, I talk about this a lot. I started this podcast and I started talking to professionals. And, like I told you before, Pipeman, I tend to like to implement and see if it works. And I did. And I got to say, this podcast has changed my life.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, it just has literally changed my life. It's changed the kind of quality of a person I am. It changes my communication skills. It's changed how I see and perceive things through other people. I have no taboo shit that I don't talk about anymore. I talk about things. I'm not afraid. And it's changed how I see and perceive myself. I had to heal myself. And it became more selective. And now this is the thing. I don't mind being alone. I am good. I realized I could raise my kids by myself and did. I could make enough money and did. I could be alone and was. Now I have real love for myself. Now I have real respect for myself. I don't just sleep around with anybody anymore.
That's because you can figured out you can take care of yourself, and you did.
Yes. And, learning those things changes the game. But a lot of people can't do that because they can't have introspection on themselves. They can't see what the fucking problem is here, not out there. Women blame, oh my God, there are no good men left. Yes, there are. You got to find them. They're not on dating sites. They're out doing regular shit.
As a guy, I just want to, and sorry to interrupt, but I want to hit on that point right there, because that's how Pipeman was developed. The fact of the matter is, most of the women I've ever known in my life that say that, they always throw away the good ones. It's like, they say they want that, but they want the guy they can fix and turn into the good one.
So when you fix yourself, you don't feel like you need to fix others.
Exactly.
That's the whole.
I'll tell you, in 2025, what I have a real issue with dating is a big problem for guys. Is that if you're a gentleman, a lot of women get pissed at you. Like, they think they need to be hyper vigilant on being independent. That's what I mean about the super independent. Like, you open the door and I've literally I can do it myself. Well, of course you can do it yourself. I never thought the woman couldn't open the door. I'm just being a gentleman.
It's a matter of respect and being kind. Yes. People are lacking kindness and respect these days. And when that filters into your private, like dating life, that's not great. You're not going to find your person that way. Women and men tend to do a lot of mirroring and projecting when they're dating, when they're not healed. And that again causes problems. I think, what we need to do? We need to come up with a hybrid a matchmaker and a dating site and put them together. And you have to come in and you have to take a psychological test to be able to get in. And then once you do pass the psychological test to show that you've done work on yourself, that you care about yourself, that you have your priorities in line, then it starts to allow you to, I don't know, maybe there's a swiping mechanism, I don't know, but then it's a matching. It matches you with the right people, then you swipe within.
So what you're saying is that they take the psychological test and then the pipe man would match with all the psychos.
You can't be a psycho to be in it. Non-psychos.
Well, no, psychos need relationships too. I mean,
yeah,
listen,
they can stay on Tinder.
My 2 younger daughters bought me a sign. It sits in my place, and it says, "My next wife won't be crazy." So, and my answer to them was, "Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that."
Well, my next husband will not be a sociopath narcissist because Christine has done a lot of fucking growing and chooses different people. And I don't need to be on websites for dating apps to find it. Now, some people do. I'm not poo-pooing it because some people do. It's hard when you're working 8, 9, 10 hours a day and you're working all the time and you're not really doing social things. It's hard to find somebody who might be just 10 miles down the road because you never go to the same grocery store or whatever. But you got to work on yourself first. That's the key point of everything. If you're not doing that, and if you're not getting out into the real world, you're just not going to find anybody.
Some of the problems in the real world too are like, it's very hard to spark up conversations with people. As somebody that goes out quite often by myself, because people sit on their freaking phones.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're out in the wild. Mechanism. Exactly. You're out in the wild. And then, then I'm going to do it because then I look stupid just sitting there. So I'm going to do it too. You know?
Do y'all sit in clubs on your phone? I've never gone to a bar or a club and sat on my phone.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. Listen,
I literally sit on my phone so I don't touch it. I don't touch it.
I think you sit on the phone because you have it set on vibrate. That's why I think you sit on the phone.
It absolutely is always on vibrate, baby. And it's always tucked. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
There should be a new thing now for guys, okay? Like, you know how women have this person that they have call in case it's a bad date?
Yeah.
I think guys should have this and people that call them, but not talk to them, just so you can have your phone in your front pocket. It vibrates, and then you're ready. And then you're ready when things are about to happen.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. I just, there's a lot of bullshit out there. There's so many people on the dating sites that they don't think they have a problem. They think that everybody else is the problem. All they need is to find the right one. And they got to go through find the needle in the haystack. I don't go to the haystack. If there are needles in the haystack, it's not for me because I'm not looking through that.
I have one more quick story too. These are all recent stories. They're not even like stories over the past, however, 50 years I've been doing online dating. But, okay, so it's one woman, we match. And one of the things I do ask, because it's a big personal passion of mine, and it's also a big part of my business life, is what type of music somebody likes.
I'm going to read that in just a second, as soon as you're done with that.
Okay. You can put it back up, Rebel, and she'll read it after.
It says, how does it work on the dating app if the woman swipes first and contacts you? Is she trying to convince you to pick her, or is she the one giving you a chance to sway her to you? No. There is a specific app called Bumble that the woman has to reach out first just to feel safe and know that that's the one she wants to reach out to. But, women aren't going to sit back and wait for someone to come to her anymore, which is great. Women are reaching out because they're saying, hey, I'm ready. I'm available. I find you attractive. I'm opening the fucking door for you now. Either walk through or don't.
That's what I
pretty
love
much it.
about Bumble, by the way. I do love that about Bumble because you know what? Why do we always have to make the first move anyway? Sometimes it's nice the other way, but
to
the
know
reason
the
I
woman
say
wants
that,
you.
yeah, and the reason I say that is because otherwise you're just saying messages to people that might not ever return back. So if the woman messages you first, it's like, okay, she must have some degree of interest, and now I can invest time in it, you know. But so
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I love it. I think it's great.
Exactly. And so the music thing, real quick, because we're at the end, but the music thing, so I generally ask that because it's a big part of my business life too. And like, I always ask women, and they always answer, oh, I like all music. Nobody likes all music. I like a lot of different music.
I hate a lot of music, so it's good.
But I'm like, so, okay, so then, and I know what the answer is going to be. That's why I do it this way. So you like metal and punk? Well, no, I don't really like that.
Then you don't
okay,
like
then
all
you don't
music.
like all music. That's exactly what I said. But I had this woman recently, oh my God, she said to me about that question, oh, you're generations behind where we are now. You just want some girl to, she just went off on me, some girl to travel the world with you and be your groupie. I'm like, who fucking said groupie? I never said that. I never said follow me around the world. I want a woman that likes the same music, because otherwise it kind of sucks if they don't like your music. And I'm going to festivals all year. Who wants to go? Like, that's a dumb move anyway. Why would you want your significant other going to a festival by themselves? Nothing good is going to happen in that. I'd rather share that with the person I'm with. And, you know, my second wife, she used to do that. That was before I did it for, as press. But when there would be a concert, oh, you just go by yourself. You'll have more fun without me. That's bad news, man. I'm just telling you, women that say that to guys, that's bad news. You guys that say it to women, it's bad news. Because I see so many people cheating on their significant others at festivals. Just saying.
Sad. It's sad. What's also sad is that we are out of time.
I know, and we ran a little over because I'm here and she can't tell me not to.
Right? You're the boss, man. Pipeman, thank you. Oh, he says the reason I ask the swipe question is because we often are told to treat a dating app response as a job interview. No, but in a job interview, it seems one way. You try to convince the employer you hire you. Do you date? No, it's all about communication and learning to communicate back and forth, have an interest, lean in, lean back. There's all kinds of body language. There's lots of things that can help you on there. You know, what I can suggest is maybe go check some of our other episodes from 50 Shades. We talk a lot about different apps and a lot about different types of way of communicating and finding relationships. But you know, keep coming back. We talk about this every week. So hopefully you'll get something out of it. And we're super over, and I'm sorry. I'm sure Rebel is having like sweat attacks back there.
She probably is. She's mad at me right now.
So next week, please come back again. Same time, same place. And until then, let's just keep this shit real. Peace. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.